Hey, hello out there, everybody. It's Chris. It's the Mad Respect. Happy holidays, everybody. It's an extra special happy holiday week for Christopher because it arrived. Finally, today's the 21st of December, and I'm gonna get my first comics from December. Finally, were delivered today. Confusingly, UPS. Yeah, UPS is my UPS. Yes, but it's not. It was UPS. UPS sent me a notification on Monday saying it was on the truck for delivery, and then I got a notification at 6 o'clock saying it's delivered to your door. Nope. And then I figured it might have been delivered to a neighbor or a neighboring building, and it's kind of another snowy week here in Washington, I think. So I was thinking maybe it would take one of my neighboring neighbors a little while to drop it back to my apartment. Uh, but then on Tuesday night, the delivery changed to also being shown as delivered, but yesterday at 7 o'clock. So I figured, oh, I think whoever's truck this is on, they've been marking it as delivered, but they haven't been able to make it into my unit because of the snow. And so I woke up today around noon, and there it was, waiting for me on my doorstep. So oh, I was I was thinking I wasn't gonna have any wasn't gonna get my first half of my comics for December, and that would have been a bummer. So there's some books I'm looking forward to reading in there. Here's a quick rundown of some books I read from my last box. Here's Dead Kingdom issue number 2. It's from Red 5 Comics. ATN Pretending. Derapen, Derapen, I don't know how it's a French name. Etienne, French guy. This is basically zombie apocalypse that explodes back in the 14th or 13th century, back in Knights of the Round Table era. And the first issue set it up where uh, he's told to run for his life by his king, and it kind of ends there and continues here in the second issue where he wakes up after having been unconscious for quite a while, probably weeks, and now they have to make their way back to the castle and find out who's still alive and who needs help and whatnot. And then some of the other knights discover them there and uh, consider everyone's. It's been 2 weeks. They figure everyone's already dead, so they don't want to help them basically. But then, like the second command to the neighboring king knows that he was the last survivor of that other kingdom, and so he's willing to give him all the help he needs. So now they're going to go to another neighboring community where the survivors have been sent to hide out, and he's hoping his girl is there. So we'll see how that continues there. And we have the conclusion of Ninja Kaiden from Black Box Comics. This is by Eric Palicki and Lucas Meyer on the art. Eric Palicki, he did Atlantis Wasn't Built for Tourists and Blacksmith before this. He's a writer I've kind of been collecting his books since I got back into the hobby. And this one was, I'd say this is my least favorite of his 3 series so far. Just basically, uh, this is suit. If you wear it, you can speak and battle and actually punch and be punched by poltergeists and ghosts and see them, of course. And at the end of this, his partner, who was like his father's second command, well, not second command, his father's employee, who's now his employee, ends up getting shot and killed by the bad guys, and so he ends up uh, jiggering the suit so she's inside the suit. So he's inside a suit and she's inside the suit, so they can contact each other and they can both kind of help out other people who are having problems with ghosts. So that's kind of how that ended. Kind of a cliffhanger, but not particularly. And here's issue 4 of 20th Century Men by Dennis Camp and S. Morian. Uh, Great series. This one is basically like a oral history, kind of like what would you call that book? World War Z, kind of is done in that style, like newspaper articles, excerpts from books, and interviews uh, of people telling about how the U.S. invaded Afghanistan, trying to kill the Iron Man analog character. And they were all sent there by the Captain America, who's kind of an evil version of Captain America, who's president of the United States. And so now they're going to send in basically the nuke analog character. The Captain America type character has kept him hidden. Now he's going to send him in to try and take out the Iron Man character. And at the end, the Iron Man character goes to the woman in the Middle East and basically tells her he loves her. There's kind of been kind of a subplot in the series so far. And we have Department of Truth issue number 21, or is it 22? 22, 22. This is the end of the third arc, not counting the deviations. Basically, Black Hat has corrupted the main character's boyfriend and told him all the stuff about the Department of Truth and that he's killed his coworkers. And so Lee Harvey Oswald was like, "I'm gonna give you a chance to work this out on your own, but the basic thing is the easiest way to do this would be to kill your boyfriend." He's like, "I'm not gonna let you kill my boyfriend." And so then they have a part where he goes in and he's having a conversation with Starface Man, who they have uh, downstairs in the archives. They have the Starface Man, they have Mothman, and they have them all in like cages, like Hannibal Lecter down there. So he's talking to him, and then through the conversation he has with the Starface Man, he decides, I'm just gonna go up and tell Lee we're gonna do it this way. And so at the end, he goes in and it's like, "Honey, I know you know what I do for a living now." And mm, option A was I was supposed to murder you, but here's option B. And then Lee Harvey Oswald comes in and goes, "Hi, yeah, it would be easiest to kill you, but here's what's really gonna happen. I'm gonna tell you everything. My name is Lee Harvey Oswald. For the last 60 years, I've been the administrator of the Department of Truth, and we're going to go public with it, with your newspaper, and so that everybody gets the real truth publicized." So that's what his boyfriend's going to do now. And then on the last inside back cover, it says that the Department of Truth will return. I assume that will be sometime in 2023. And then I also heard that this one, this is Vanish number 3. Uh, First two issues were okay, but this issue was really, really good. Basically, uh, the superheroes who are running around in this universe are actually demons of the old villains who killed all the original superheroes in the past. And our main character, he's the last of the magicians, heroic magicians, but now he's tasked to kill all these new. It's basically like the Thunderbolts, like villains masquerading as heroes. So he's every time he kills one of these demons, he eats their magic, and he becomes more and more powerful. And in the last page, a big monster pulls him down into the sewer. He's like, "Oh, this guy's got a huge amount of dark magic, evil magic, and I can't wait to taste it." And that was really awesome. And then issue 4 will be in my next box, which is shipped. And then I hear this title is coming back in March of 2023, which I just heard, which is cool because I thought it was just going to be a miniseries, but it looks like it's going to be ongoing. So looking forward to seeing how that is. And then we have Dead Mall number 2 by Adam Cesar and David Stoll with lettering by Justin Birch. I was on a live stream with Justin Birch, and I told him I really enjoyed this series because he was talking about his various letterings while showing off slabs or whatever, and he was kind of impressed that I knew about this series, and he was really happy that he got to work for Dark Horse now, finally. It's another publisher he can scratch off his list for lettering for, but Adam Cesar is also a YouTube person. He has the Black T-shirt project on YouTube, and he's also an author. He's done Crown in the Cornfield and several other books that you can download on Amazon. You can't really get them physically, but this series is basically four kids who go into the mall after dark to have a party, and then the mall is basically the mall is basically dead, and everything in there is a zombie, and the entire series is narrated by the zombie or monster that controls the mall, which is my big in with the series, and I think that's really cool. So, anyone else who gave up on this or didn't understand the first issue, read it again, knowing that uh, the character who is narrating this is the monster or the zombie, and he's enjoying the fact that these people are never going to get out; they're all going to die. And that's what I enjoy about that series. And then new at the end of November was Plush. This is by Doug Wagner and Daniel Hilliard. This is the third material. This is the third book in the Material series. The first book was Plastic, about a man and his blow up doll lover, and he's a serial killer. And then the second one was called Vinyl, and that is about a serial killer with Alzheimer's who uh, can basically only be lucid if he's listening to his music through his headphones, which he records off vinyl records. So when he goes into a house to kill people, he puts on a vinyl record, so he's in the zone. And then it's him and his he has a relationship with the cop who's after him, and basically the cop gets kidnapped, and the serial killer has to go and save him. And this is a new series called Plush. This is about cannibal furries. Basically, the main character, he's a guy, and his girlfriend has just told him that she's been cheating on him and that she's pregnant, but she's pregnant with the police chief's son's baby. But the police chief, because of financial things, if her family and their family get together, uh, everyone will be better off financially. So he wants to make sure they stay together, and that but he just wants to break it off because it's the police chief's son's baby and whatnot. And so his friends are like, "Oh, let's just go to this furry party," and he forget about her in the past. So he goes to the party, and he gets immediately ditched by his friend. And then uh, before they left, his friend slipped him a Mickey, basically like a drug laced beverage. So he's all wigging out. So he goes outside to get some air, and he sees three furries eating a fourth furry in the alley, and they're like, "You're not seeing what you think you're seeing." And then he goes to run away from them, and is immediately confronted by the deputy of the police force, who is the police chief's son, who is the father of this baby. And so the police chief is going to keep him overnight in the cell, uh, and says, "You're gonna marry my daughter, and that's final." Blah blah blah. And then at the end, um, the cops who are keeping him captive or decided they're gonna kick his ass, even though the police chief said don't lay a hand on him. And then the furries show up, and then he hears the bell of the cat furry here, and he's like, I thought I imagined that. And that's kind of how the first issue ends. So this is a 6 issue series. I've heard it's four issues, but I believe it's six, just like Plush and Vinyl were. So I'm looking forward to seeing how Plush ends up. So that was what I read at the end of November, but I read that pretty recently, last week or so. So first package I'll open. This is new from Economics and Comics. Billy at Economics and Comics. This is the third volume of his original series that he created. We're gonna show it briefly, but not keep it up for a good long time because I don't want to get taken down for what do we call it, infinity or anything. But this is Speechless number three. This is Puppeteer Lee. He did an all a full nude character that he created. It was basically like a sci-fi version of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. She has the apple there on her shoulder, and then her little backpack here is like all the seven dwarves on there, and then of course she's fully nude there, so we'll cover up the naughty bits. But that's good. This came, I believe this came on Friday, but I've been waiting for discount comic book service. So thank you, Billy. I'm looking forward to getting this. This is issue 113 of 300 print run. So looking forward to breaking into that one and seeing Puppeteers. Basically, the book artists and do let them draw whatever they want to create a cover, and then the artist tells Billy in an interview all of his methods and tools of the trade or whatever, how he created this piece of art. And this piece of art in particular, I believe, oil, is an oil painting, I believe. So it's really awesome. So it'll tell us everything inside about how he created it in his studio and all of that. So that is the third issue. And I believe the fourth issue, the artist has already been announced. I think it's a really popular artist. He's a pretty popular cover artist. I think he does Do You Poo stuff, but he also does Marvel and Image, like, what do you call it? Store exclusive stuff. But I guess I'm gonna pop it open and figure out who the next artist is, because I have to tell you guys who the next artist is on Speechless. Let me pop this open real quick. And then I guess that guy saw this cover and thought it was so good that he wanted to completely redo his piece. He's like, "This is too awesome." Oh, that's cool. I thought I showed the next artist at the end of the book. It's in the front. Looks like they got the pages a little better on this one. On the first two issues, whoever printed it, the pages stuck together really hard. So, anyhow, here's a Puppeteer Studio. Cool stuff. It does not say who the next artist is in the back. It just shows yeah, here we go. The pages are stuck. Ivan Tao. Ivan Tao. Ivan Tao. Ivan Tao. That is who the next cover artist on Speechless is. So definitely get your orders in for Speechless #4 because Ivan Tao is amazing. I've seen some amazing DC work from Ivan, as well as Marvel and independent. He did a good Lady in Red department for a store exclusive. We are getting into our discount comic book service. This is both December 7th and December 14th comics, 2 weeks worth. And then December 21st, the box I have coming for that's shipped is almost the same amount of comics for only 1 week, a big week, because there's a lot of variant covers for, they have the Spawn Batman variants for this, for December. So I picked up quite a few of those Spawn Batman variants, and that is what I did. What is going on here? Annoying me. We good? Alright, we're good. Is there anything else here? This is 2 weeks. First 2 weeks of December of my pre-orders. Pretty good stack. And one more buck at the bottom of that we'll show last. So here's my invoice for. Here we go. Let's tape to this. So back, and we got 37 items for the first 2 weeks of December. Not bad. I've been averaging about 20, but I'm gonna cut back starting in February for sure. First up, we have Noctera, the Val special. This is I assume it's definitely by Scott Snyder. So yeah, Scott Snyder and Tony S. Daniel and Francis Manipool doing the interior art, and I believe this is a Francis Manipool variant cover. Yep, cover B by Francis Manpool. So this is they had the uh Blacktop Bill one shot special, and this is the Val special because she's been demonized at the end of arc number 2, and arc number 3. No Breaks begins in February, I believe, or maybe even January, but it's coming soon. X-Men Red. This is issue number 9, and we're back to the Torrin Clark uh, Rocco variants, and this is an excellent one with Bobby DaCosta Sunspot. Pretty cool. I wish he wouldn't have left the book for 3 issues before coming back for this. This, the 7 and 8 were not, but this is the last, what would you call it? The last Rocco variant that has been solicited at least. Here is Shock Shop, issue number 3. Oh, actually, Shock Shop issue number 4, the finale of the series. I thought number 4 came out in January, but I guess it came out in December. Final issue. This is by Cullen Bunn with Layla Lees and Danny Leckert. And again, I picked the wrong cover. Should have picked cover A or B. This is cover A. I should have picked cover B with Danny Leckert's awesome. Who doesn't love Excellent Skulls, you know? Should have picked that. That was my A cover. Let me fix this real quick. I don't like that. Monkey around like this, but I'm going to. That's way better cover, way cooler. But I've been enjoying that. This has a story called Something in the Woods in the Dark, which is really cool. It's by the art by Leckert. And then the other story is about a man who's a divorcee, and he still wants to see his kids, but then his house is possessed by monsters and demons that only he can see. So it's interesting. Here's Ghost Rider issue number 9. This is the Peach Momoko variant. Pretty awesome. Sometimes Peach does a banger, and this is one of them. Definitely cool. Yeah, so it's Marvel Universe. I guess this is a whole line of variants in December called The Marvel Universe by Peach Momoko. Yeah, this is one of my most anticipated books. And this box is Night of the Ghoul, issue number 3 by Scott Snyder with art by Francesco Francavilla. This is originally a comicsology original that came out a while back and now come to print. So, looking forward to the next Scott Snyder comicsology original come to print. But then I guess Tinion's got his Substack stuff coming to Dark Horse in February. His blue starts out. There's a blue book. Looking forward to that too. Here's Quick Stops issue number 2. Cover B. R.I.P. Walter there. I guess Walter Flanagan. I guess it looks like the Clerks, Day of the Dead style. Pretty cool. Let's say this cover is by. What? I know the A covers are by Spiegelmeyer, but I'm not sure who this cover is by. But it's a cool cover. Here's Dark Crisis Warzone one shot. Number 1. This is by a variety of creators. Usually these Warzones are just basically backup stories that they collect all in one shot. 8 to 12 page backup stories that didn't fit elsewhere in the event. So Punisher issue number 8. This is cover A. That's a bummer. I know there was a cover B for this. I usually have been going for cover Bs, but maybe this only had a cover A. Maybe cover B was a what do you call those? Maybe cover B was a ratio variant. But anyway, so cool. Still one of my favorite series of 2022 at Marvel, along with Immortal X-Men issue number 9. This is by Karen Gillan with Lucas Warnick on the art, and this is obviously a Mr. Sinister Spotlight issue covered by Mark Brooks. Very cool. I'm gonna be dropping my X titles in February and March and maybe April. I don't know how long it's gonna go on, but the Sins of Sinister, I'm gonna wait and get a trade for that, and not bother to get Storm and the Brotherhood of Mutants or Immoral X-Men. It's definitely not the Nightcrawler book. Here's Thor issue number 29. This is the Legacy of Thanos story, and this is where Torrin Grombeck takes over the writing duties for Thor, and Donny Cates takes a break. Hopefully off the book for good, but the art is back to being done by Nick Klein, so this will look really good. Here is Joker, the Man Who Stopped Laughing, issue number 3. Uh, Everyone's all the rage about the Lee Bermejo Joker Santa cover, but this cover is pretty fucking sick too, with him laughing into the Christmas ornament there. I saw this on solicits, and I thought it was just a bit cooler than the Joker Santa. So, and here is 10,000 Black Feathers Bone Orchard Mythos issue number 4, the penultimate issue. So in January it'll end, and there'll be another $4 I get back, and collect something else in this place. And here's the final issue of Superman Son of Kal-El. Still says Kal-El returns on the cover. It's not an ongoing series between the two titles, but it says Last Stand Against the Red Sun. Tom Taylor creates a new character in the final issue of the series, and I guess he's going to get a 6-issue John Kent miniseries coming up. I probably won't get it. I'll get a trade, because I enjoyed Son of Kal-El more than most people did, but I'm not going to continue on with that. Or I'm not going to get any Superman titles after Action 1050. Here's Earth Divers number 3 from IDW's new originals. Uh, yeah, IDW's original thing. Cool. This is by Stephen Graham Jones and David Ian Fleece. And here's one to cover by. We got Poison Ivy number 7. Written by G. Willow Wilson. I'm not sure who the artist is on this particular issue, but this cover art is by David Nakayama, and it's Spawn Batman uh, promotional cover with Poison Ivy Spawn. Pretty cool. Really, that's why I picked that, because I picked a character who wasn't really known to be with Spawn. And here's Quick Stops number 2. This is cover A by Spiegelmeyer, which is a homage to George Perez's classic Crisis on Infinite Earths number 7 cover, which was an homage itself to John Byrne and Terry Austin's X-Men 136 cover, I believe. Dark Phoenix saga. And here's Batman number 130, much anticipated to finish the failsafe story, which I hear is kind of ridiculous final finale here, but it's by Zdarsky with art by Jimenez and Romero doing the backup story. This is a B cover by, actually, F cover. F cover by Stepan Sejic, who did Harley, Criminal Sanity, I think. No, Harley, and that's what Sejic did. There's Undiscovered Country number 22. This is, I think, 2 more issues in this arc. Snyder and Charles Soule with art by Cameron Cooley, who does this A cover. I thought the A cover was cooler this month. Homage to that classic Civil War drawing, I believe. Here is That Texas Blood, issue number 20, Christmas special number 2 for the series. And this was the coolest of the covers. It is cover B. I'm not sure who the artist is, but cool. Here is Dark Web, issue number 1, by Zeb Wells with art by Adam Kubert. This is there's two bookend specials, and then it goes into Amazing Spider-Man, Venom, and then other miniseries. I'm only gonna get Amazing Spider-Man and Venom. I never read Amazing Spider-Man 14 last box, so I'm gonna read them back to back when I get to them. I mean, I flipped through number 14, but I had like four stories with four artists. It was cool enough, but all right, here's one I'm looking forward to reading. Is All Against All, issue number 1. This is by Alex Packnadel with art by Casper Wingard. Casper Wingard, last of Homesick Pilots. I really enjoyed that series, and Alex Packnadel did Turncoat, and it still hasn't finished up Giga for Vault. There's still one more issue of Giga to go. Please let it come soon. Giga to end. Here is Art Brute number 1. This is uh, the Spawn cover takeover variant image. This is awesome. I believe this is, yeah, I believe this is still, the ice cream guy, ice cream man. What's his name? Can't remember his name. This is for sure. Cover. Yeah, it's Martin Morazzo at least draws the figure here, and then this is his homage to Spawn number 1, has a McFarlane signature there, but that's awesome. He's doing like a wall mural of Spawn number 1, and then the Art Brute logo looks like the Spawn lettering. That's an awesome cover. And here's best value in comics now is Nightclub number 1. Issue number 1 goes for $1.99 an issue. I'm not sure if it's ongoing or a miniseries. The covers are by Greg Capullo, and the art is by Juan Mark Malone and Netflix. Say Netflix on it. I guess Netflix doesn't have their paws on this one. It says image and on it. Oh, no Netflix. Here we are, The Mandalorian number 6. This is the, I think it's like cover, oh, just cover B, and it's the concept art variant. I've been getting that for every issue. A couple of the ratios at the start, but then I don't think they did a ratio for one issue, so I decided not to get any more ratios after the first two. Here is Crashing. This is issue number 4. This is a pretty sweet cover. This is cover C. I don't remember ever seeing this one. I must not have had a. This cover C by Elizabeth Beals. She's a pretty good artist. I don't think I remember. I must not have had a show off of this cover on FOC or what do you call that? FOC, but solicitations. It's a pretty cool cover, but this is a pretty cool series. It's another IDW original. Here is Radiant Black number 20. This is one of two of the number 20. This is Mark Silicosto Spawn variant at Image. Pretty cool. I love Radiant Black. I always get cool variants for Radiant Black. Here is Ice Cream Man, issue number 33. This is obviously not Martin Morazzo. This is by cover B, but let's see if I got a signature I can find on here. Yeah, that's sick. Cover's awesome. Cover's awesome. Okay. Cover B by Jason Limon. Jason Limon. There's also a Spawn variant cover for this, where you're just kind of riding on top of the ice cream truck, which not as cool as the Art Brute cover, so I didn't get it. But so Jason Limon, cover B for Ice Cream Man 33. Always looking forward to reading the new Ice Cream Man. Here's another Radiant Black number 20. This is an awesome Spawn variant. This one is by Jonathan Glapian, inker of Greg Capullo, usually Jonathan Glapian. Pretty cool. I like that. Jonathan Glapian had a really sick King Spawn cover like earlier in the year, but this is a really cool Spawn Radiant Black cover. It looks like Radiant Black is looking like King Spawn on the top there. That's what it's supposed to be implying. Here is the Invincible Iron Man #1. New #1 for Invincible Iron Man. Jerry Duggan takes over the writing duty with art by Juan Frigeri and cover art by Cale Neal. And Amazing Spider-Man #15, The Dark Web. 6 days after Dark Web #1 one shot. This is by Wells with art by Ed McGuinness, and this is a cover A by John Romita Jr. And here's Radiant Black #20. This is the one I originally ordered well before I ever knew there were Spawn covers. This is cover B by Bruno Oliveira. I didn't think I ordered this cover because I don't really like it too much, but I always get the variant on Radiant Black. I never get cover A. Usually, more often than not, I don't usually get cover A. So I'm glad there's more, what do you call it? More Spawn variant covers for that too. And here's Art Brute #1. This is the cover, I believe cover C. This is an homage to Ice Cream Man #1. So I also have the Haha Ice Cream Man homage cover. So I'm gonna keep my. This is also by Martin Morazzo. Pretty cool. Cover C, I think. It says it's cover B. I thought cover B was by the other guy. But that's a cool ass cover. I like that. Here's Grimm #6. Grimm returns. This, I believe, is the FOC reveal. Or did I get 7 with the FOC reveal? Nope, this is the reveal variant by Joe Quinones. Is this Quinones? Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's from pretty sick cover. See that really well on there. Just like that cover. Here is Dark Crisis Big Bang. This is, I believe, the final special for Dark Crisis. Uh, yeah, this is by Mark Waid with art by Dan Jurgens, uh, among other people. And this is, I believe, a Nathan Zerdy cover. This is kind of cool because this looks like normal Zerdy art, and this looks like Justice League animated type art of Wonder Woman. So I thought that was the coolest cover on the station. And here we go. Back to back. Spawn Batman, the new one shot. This is cover 1 Jillion. I don't know what it is. Cover E by Francesco Mattina. Uh, this is the one I picked first. Because the one I saw the art for first. I always get Mattina Batman covers. So that was a cool cover. And then much later they had, before they showed any art for it, I ordered up a Spawn Batman number. This doesn't have the trade dress. Yeah, but it doesn't even have the trade dress on it. This is a Virgin. Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much a Virgin Patina cover. That's awesome. Yeah, very cool. That's pretty cool. I didn't know it was gonna. I didn't know these were gonna end up all being. I wonder if they're all versions other than cover A and cover B. This one is cover 1 Jillion. Cover 34, however you want to call it that. There's only 26 letters of the alphabet, so Christy. Huh. Yeah, there's only 24 letters of the alphabet. This is the Todd McFarlane variant. Not the world's greatest Todd McFarlane art at the end of the day. It was still pretty cool, but I wish McFarlane still had it, you know. This video is running late. And last but not least, this is new from Boom Studios. This is called A Vicious Circle. This is book #1. And this is cover B. What does it say? Oh, 102. I get it. Okay. Cover B by Alex Garner. Not sure why I didn't pick the Bermejo cover, but this is by Mattson Tomlin with full interiors by Lee Bermejo of Batman Damn Joker miniseries. And I didn't know it was going to be Prestige Plus either. But looking forward to checking this out. Really cool, cool looking book there. So yeah, that's my big old order here for the first half of December, and I get it with 10 days left in the month. So I'm not sure if we're gonna have another video in 2022. If my next box comes before New Year's, you'll see me again on the channel, and then I'll try and put together a pre-recorded video of my favorite comics in 2022. Sometime early in 2023. So everybody take care out there. Have a very Merry Christmas. I definitely won't be back before Christmas, most likely, since it's this weekend and my books just shipped like today or probably yesterday. I don't know when they ship. But they definitely won't come before Christmas, so I won't be back on again before Christmas. So everybody take care out there. Have a good, happy holiday. Stay safe out there, especially if you're getting. Since I started, can't even see the snow outside no more. Anyway, everybody take care. Uh, then I guess the other thing I also read, I read Mark Lanigan's last book that he did before his death, was called Devil in the Coma, and eventually he woke up one morning with the coronavirus, and he couldn't hear or see very well, and then he went afterward. He cuddled down his um, own stairs in his home and destroyed his leg and knocked himself into basically into a coma, and they uh, admitted him without his knowledge to the county hospital, where he did 2 different stints through the county hospital and almost died. And then he documents this through really stream of consciousness poetry and also bits of prose. It's only like about 135 pages, but it was interesting to see his thoughts about being in the hospital like that, because after he spent 2 trips through the county hospital, he made sure he was admitted to the city hospital a third time, and they said, "Oh, you did have COVID and you have post symptoms, but you're not about to die," like they were telling him in the county. Uh, Here's some medicine. You can go home. You're healthy enough to live at home, you know. But then, unfortunately, that was I'd say spring, early summer of 2021, and then in February of 2022, this year, he passed, which I believe was also due to COVID-related symptoms. There's no cause of death listed. So, R.I.P. Mark. Merry Christmas to his family, who I was blessed to know in my past. And Merry Christmas to all of you, and everybody take care. And thanks to everybody who sits through the majority of this video and gives it a look. And thank you to my new subscriber. Sent me a comment, and yay, they did show up eventually. All right, we'll see you in the next one, guys.